So the training montage we were waiting for is here finally. We finally get to see the real weight and the force needed to wield Captain America's shield. A non-enhanced person throwing and catching the shield like the original Captain America would, that would take some muscle. And I'm glad that the series gave Sam the time to show us that training. Hello, namaskar, welcome, swagatam. So the penultimate episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is here. And this episode has the most impactful and amazing beginnings of all. Before I delve into the details, however, let me put up my spoiler warning. So as I was saying, the starting sequence of this episode, the episode 5, is amazing. It was a standoff between the new Captain America, John Walker, on one side and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier on the other side. After John Walker's very public debacle in the previous episode, it was natural to assume that Bucky and Sam would have to ignore what John had advised them.
Stay the hell out of my way.
The fight that ensues is very reminiscent of the climactic fight between Iron Man on one side and Cap and Bucky on the other side that we saw in Captain America Civil War. The combat in close quarters is well visualized. The impact of each blow and each flip and each kick is felt. Then there is the score. Henry Jackman has been killing it with the music in this show so far, and in this sequence the music alone can transport you back to Civil War. When this sequence ends and the adrenaline starts to recede and the title card comes up on the screen, there is still more to be seen and felt. At the end of the fight, Bucky doesn't say anything but makes it abundantly clear that he holds Sam responsible indirectly for what happened. His look, his demeanor, his eyes, they scream without a word, saying to Sam, none of this would have happened if you had held on to the shield as Steve wanted. Anyway, after this sequence, the story moves from character to character, each one on their different path. Carly and the Flag Smashers took this time to regroup and plan something big. That something big involves a lot of firepower apparently, and all the might of the remaining super soldiers, and also a lot of their normal human followers. Zemo led us to the Sokovian Memorial that he mentioned back in episode 3, after which the Dora Milaje came back into the scene. I think we have seen the last of Zemo in this series, although not in the MCU. To tell you the truth, Zemo was a nice addition to this cast. I wanted the purple mask look of Zemo, the comic accurate Baron Zemo, to reappear in the scene, but it seems that mask was only there for the one scene, for the one tease. Moving on, John Walker faces the consequences of his action. Obviously the higher-ups are not happy, but with John's past records, they stopped short of the court-martial, giving him an other than honorable discharge and stripping him of his ranks and title of Captain America. A new character is introduced here, someone who appears as shady as her name, of La Contessa Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine. When she said this name for the first time, I immediately thought she was somehow referring to the antihistaminic tablet that goes by the brand name of Allegra. But well, this Valentina character is actually a Marvel comic character, which is translated into the MCU. It is yet to be seen what her real motives or allegiances are. Then there is the odd twist involving Sharon Carter, and another familiar character coming back after episode 1. While this is going on, Sam embarks on a journey to enlightenment, to find out what he should do next. Well, not journey per se, more of a trip to meet another character from episode 2. The black super soldier Isaiah Bradley tells his harrowing story of bureaucracy, racism, and overall military mentality of seeing human lives as mere resources to utilize and to do nothing else with. Sam returns to his family, his sister and nephews, and to the almost abandoned subplot of their family's boat and of the income. In a short while, Sam and Bucky clear up their differences and we get that shield montage. Now see, with all these scenes going on, there is much to be said about the story as a whole and the episode separately. This episode, the episode 5 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, has almost no flaws. As a standalone piece of storytelling, this episode ranks very high among television shows, both Marvel and any other show. But when you think about the story as a whole, the impression changes. With that one incident, with Captain America's one bad move, the entire story's focus has now shifted to combat. A big showdown is coming, that is certain. The epic nature of the oncoming climax is highlighted with a hint of Carly's intentions, convergence of all the characters to a single location, and also with the Falcon receiving a gift from the Wakandans. To hammer the anticipation in its place, this episode featured a mid-credits scene, the first one in this show, showing Captain America with a hammer. No, not that Captain America and not that hammer either. But all these don't cover up the lingering issue of inadequate character development and weirdly ill-defined motivations. Everything is now focused on what Captain America did and the consequences of that. But as I mentioned in the previous video, his transition from a model soldier to an unbalanced hero was way too sudden to make it believable. Now John Walker is in full villain mode. He's lying and hardly showing any remorse of what happened. Similarly, Carly Morgenthau was an ill-developed character from the beginning, but now she is on her way to kill more people to make them stop. Don't know whether the people will listen to the statement she and the Flag Smashers are planning to make, or simply brand them and anyone who follow them as terrorists and make things worse for the very people they are attempting to protect. More importantly, how and why are her followers not appalled by what happened? And why are they okay with her plans for the future? Is there no other voice in the entire group of the Flag Smashers who can counter her argument? No one standing up to her to say enough is enough. They have already lost 2 of the enhanced members of their group, and everyone of their followers are being persecuted because of harboring her. Come on man, this is shallow writing. Again, the only thing that makes sense here is that probably the limit of 6 episodes worth of runtime left them no room for proper storytelling. All in all, this episode being the best in my mind out of the 5 that have aired so far, the overall story of Falcon and the Winter Soldier still falls short of my expectations. What do you think? There is no doubt that you have loved the opening fight scene of this episode, the episode 5, but what about everything else? If you don't agree with my opinions or simply wish to speak your mind, jump right into the comment section to let me know what you think. As always, I'm eagerly looking forward to your feedback and comments. This is all from my side for today. Stay tuned with the Versatile Doctor for your regular dose of MCU talk and for the talk of several aspects of the multifaceted journey that is life. This is Dr. Abhinav Atul signing off. It is my pride and privilege to be able to connect with you through this video. Namaskar. While you are still on YouTube, how about you check out this video which YouTube thinks you would like, or check out my WandaVision series discussion.